Oh, they're going to be low. It's the window, which is always a
should be on the other side of the window. Like next to the visitor by that open window.
Oh, they're all going to be sitting with their bags here. You're right.
Lucy got bumped in the head by the piece of the eye bolt this morning. David Lenzner was picking it up, and somehow he was not looking where she was, and Lucy...
She went up to the
Stephanie, where's Lucy?
She's up there.
She's still up there. Okay. She got bumped in the head. If you're going to pick up one of the heavier pieces, what you need to do is look around before you pick it up, and if there are children near you, Julia, please don't do that. If there are children near you, you've got to say to them, be careful, I'm picking this up now, so that people don't get bumped by it. And if you are around here while people are doing anything with those pieces, you need to watch what they're doing and be careful how you move. Because if somebody is picking up a very heavy piece, it's not easy for them to be so careful of you as they're doing that, because they're concentrating on carrying that weight. Put your hand down. Sit on your bottom, please. Colin, come all the way in here, please, and come and sit next to Ebony. Arjun, come all the way in. Okay, let's read the chart. We have something we need to talk about and some then work. Kate, pay attention. Jacob, Jessica, look up here. Sarah Roseanne.
Wednesday, June 1.
Jacob, Jessica. Jessica, move and sit somewhere else where you can look here. David Lenzner. Sit next to David. It'll be easier for you to see the chart. Kate?
Let's
No.
finish our bridges.
Dylan?
Claire. I want to stop.
Read this.
At 1.
What do you think that might be?
Come.
Look at this on the end.
Comes.
Now start again.
Claire comes at 1. Arjun.
No.
Andrew. Arjun. Dylan. Benjamin. Ebony. Eli. Gabriel. Jessica. Noah. Julia. Nikki. Sam. Sully. Stephen.
Shula?
We have movement,
No, look at this word.
music, and movement at 2.
Gabriel?
What is a family?
Eli? Oh, never. I didn't see your hand up. Go ahead. Read it loud.
Happy birthday, Benjamin.
I'm sorry, I didn't see his hand up. What?
But I didn't hear what
Lucy, stop.
Gabriel
Rattle.
said with the F.
With this?
Yeah, but I didn't hear.
Gabriel, read it again and read it very loud.
What is a family?
Okay.
Oh.
Let's talk about that. What's a family? Sarah Roseanne. Sarah, talk loud. Sarah, did you figure out what you wanted to say before you put your hand up? Did you figure out a lot of it or only a small part of it?
A little bit.
Okay, listen, think about more of it and put your hand up when you're clear about the rest of it, okay? Or at least clear about more of it. Dylan?
Like, it's when, like, for example, when there's a man and a woman, they get married, and then the woman has a baby, that would be, and then they have another and another. Or if they have some, or if they have more than some, that would be a family.
Did you figure it out? Go ahead.
When two people get married and they get a baby, that's a family, or it could just be a man and a woman who's a family.
Jessica?
Dylan,
What?
you said a family, the woman has some children.
Well, what
A
I meant
woman
was,
could have only one child.
not always.
Yes, sometimes that. And you said,
Some,
you said that a woman could have some children or more.
I did not say that. I said some or one or more than some.
Say one.
Well, when I said some, that counts one.
No, some is all one.
One is some.
No, it's not.
You don't know what I'm saying, Jessica. It's hard to explain.
Rachel?
Dylan, you said the mom has to have a baby.
Talk loud, please.
The woman, you said the woman has to have the baby. The woman doesn't have to have the baby.
I did not say have to. Well, when I said have to, I meant Rachel. All right. A family is when. All right. A family is.
Listen, do you want some time to think about this before you to organize your idea? Do that. Think about it for a few minutes and then figure out how you want to say it. Lily. Julia, please don't do that.
Dylan? Well, you don't have to have a baby if you want to have a family. You can just not have a. You cannot have a family and have it.
I know. What I meant was families are two kinds of things. Like a family could be with some children and a man and a wife, or a family could just be with a man and a wife. That's what I meant.
David W.
Well, family is when two people get married and
They don't have to have a baby unless the woman is pregnant.
A woman is what?
Pregnant.
Say that again.
Pregnant.
What's that?
So it's sometimes when woman and man get married and a baby is formed in the uterus.
Mm-hmm.
And then it could be a family or just a man and woman.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
a family is when people live together and love each other.
It's when people live together and love each other. Anybody living together?
That can be if you were just like one kid, a mom and a dad, or a mom and one kid.
So it can be a mom and a dad, or a mom and one kid. And that's it. Okay. Benjamin.
It could also be one kid and a dad.
Mm-hmm. Stephen.
It could Well, you have to have I forgot what I
Listen, think about what you wanted to say, and when you remember, put your hand up, okay? Andrew.
you can also have to you can
Lucy, can you do this?
I forgot.
Think about what you wanted to say, and when you remember, put your hand up. Sam.
All my other questions that I'm going to send anything. I don't think a dad could have a baby. A dad could have a baby.
I know that.
So
I
why
know.
would you say a dad would want
Because mom could either have died.
Benjamin, talk loud.
The mom could have died, and that's about it.
Stephen, do you remember what you wanted to say?
Yes. Dads can have babies. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Stephen, did you say they can or they can't?
Well, they can have babies, but they're already born. The dad can make. It's like first a dad and a mom were married, then they had a baby, then they were divorced.
What's divorced?
Like you don't like each other anymore, and so you just aren't married.
David Lensner.
Benjamin. Or they could be divorced.
David, talk loud.
Or they could be divorced and the dad could have a kid.
David Lensner, talk loud.
Okay, how come we say or the mom could have
I didn't think of it.
Andrew, do you remember what you wanted to say? Go ahead.
You can have two dads or two moms.
How can you have two dads or two moms?
I forget what the word is.
Don't worry about the word describe. Describe how you can have two dads and two moms without trying to remember the word. Does anybody have any idea what Andrew's talking about? Nobody. Sarah Roseanne?
Stepdad?
Is that what you're talking about, Andrew? Not a stepdad. Lucy?
I forgot what I was going to say.
Shula?
I think, I only know that what a boy is and a boy get married.
Say that again.
I know what a boy and a boy is when they get married.
Say what it is.
Gay.
Gay. Is that what you're talking about, Andrew? Dylan?
Sometimes people have lots of babies, but not at the same time.
Sam?
Dylan?
What?
People don't have babies people don't have one baby at the same time. They could have two babies or they could have a Siamese twin. Maybe.
I know they have some twins, but I never knew that they could have two babies at the same time. So it's too hard.
What would be hard about it, Dylan?
I don't really know. I just think it would be hard.
Dylan, if you don't know the thing that's hard about it, why did you say it?
It's hard to describe, so I can't really.
Eli?
A friend, I have some friends that a friend of my mom and dad, they had two babies at the same time?
Eli, I said to Sam that I never do that.
Rachel.
You don't have to have a baby. You can adopt a baby.
What's adopt?
Or mother or the father can't afford their baby. Keep their baby. And they think it's a really nice baby. Sometimes they give it away to somebody else.
They give it away to somebody else. You said a mother and a father can't afford a baby, and then you said they can't keep their baby. Is afford a baby and keep a baby the same thing, or is that different?
It's the same.
So if you can't keep something, it means that you can't afford it. Afford doesn't mean anything else.
Well, I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. Noah.
Well, two things. Stephen, when you said a man can have a baby, a man can't have a baby, but you said a man can have a baby, and then somebody asked for a question, and you talked about something, a whole different thing. You said, I forget what it was. Stephen, how come you didn't, tell people how come you thought that a man could have a baby?
Now, reason is because what I meant was a man could have a baby because the man and the woman were divorced.
A man can't have a baby. Well, do you mean like the man got the baby taken care of?
What I mean, is they would be divorced or the baby would be adopted.
You said two things. What's the second thing?
I said to Stephen that,
Slowly, please don't.
I said to Stephen that, I thought he meant, men can have babies.
Oh, I see. I thought that it was another completely different idea that you wanted to talk about. Jessica.
I have something to say to Sam. And somebody can't have a baby at the exact same time. They could be 1 second apart. You can't do that. No, it couldn't happen.
Sam, instead of shaking your head like this, why don't you say why you think your idea, instead of just going like
Because
this?
sometimes you hear a lot of people talking about that in the hospital. Well,
Jessica, why don't you say why you think your idea?
one baby could come out and another baby could just come out, but they can't come out at the exact same time. They could be 1 second apart
Why can't they come out exactly the same time?
because it's just impossible.
Why is it impossible?
It's like you can't. It would be too hot. The baby comes out of the mother, and they can't come out at the exact same time. And one comes out, and then the other comes out, and maybe 1 second apart, but they can't come out.
Jessica, I meant there's two babies in the tummy, then one comes out and the other comes out. That's what
Jessica, but why can't they come out at exactly the same time?
Because it's just too hard to happen.
Why? What makes it too hard to happen?
Because it just comes out and it just can't do that.
Where does the baby come out of? Do you know? Say.
Forget.
You forget or you're uncomfortable saying? Fine, okay. Dylan,
It's called the womb,
what's the womb?
where the baby comes out.
So the place in the mother's body that the baby comes out of is called the womb. Mhm. Noah,
I have something to say to Rachel. Well, when you say can't afford a baby, well, afford means you can't buy something. And you don't buy a baby.
Lily,
Afford doesn't mean like that you can buy something. It means that you can keep it. So,
afford means that you're able to keep something?
yeah.
And does that,
I mean, like pay for it.
afford means that you're able to pay for something?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Afford means the opposite.
You think it means the opposite? What do you think it means?
You can't pay for something.
David and Gabriel, please leave that.
You don't have enough money.
Afford means you don't have enough money.
Well, what I'm saying is, afford means like you don't have enough money to buy something.
Do you think that you're saying something different from what Lily is saying? Mm-hmm. Eli,
I have something to say to that. Well, the baby comes out of not called the womb.
what's it called?
I'm uncomfortable saying
What does it begin with? What's the beginning sound? A V. Okay, Benjamin.
vagina.
Vagina. Was that what you were thinking of? Jessica, is that what you were thinking of? No, you weren't thinking of vagina. Would you be willing to say what you were thinking of? Could you say the beginning sound? Up. Okay, Rachel.
Before the baby is born, it's in that.
Can you talk loud?
Before the baby is born, it's in the mother's uterus.
It's in the mother's uterus. Stephen.
But before, when it's really tiny, it's in the egg.
Is the egg a part of the mother's body?
No.
Mm-hmm. Benjamin.
When I said vagina, I was just trying to say what Eli was thinking.
But why do you feel like you need to explain that?
I don't know.
Was it embarrassing to say it?
No.
Okay. Jessica.
The egg is Steven. The egg is part of the mother's body when she's pregnant.
Listen, I want to ask you a question.
See,
Finish up what you want to say, then I want to ask you a question.
Steven. When the mother's pregnant, the egg is when the baby's in the egg, it didn't come out yet. So it's like part of the mother's body because it's still in the mother's body. So it is kind of part of the mother's part of the mother.
Listen for a minute. We've been talking about what is a family. Some of you folks, many of you folks have said a family is a mother and a father and a baby, or a mother and father and more than one child. Some of you said there can be a mother and a child, and some of you said there can be a father and a child. And Andrew said that it could be two
mothers or two fathers.
two fathers. And you're calling that gay. Is a family anything else besides a mother and a father and a child, or a mother and a father and more than one child, or a mother and a child, or a father and a child? And how about Andrew's idea of two men, you call them two fathers? Two fathers and two mothers. Let's talk about that a bit. Benjamin.
There could be a grandfather or sometimes there's an uncle or an aunt.
There could be a grandma and a grandpa, and sometimes there's an uncle and an aunt. Sarah Roseanne.
I don't think a woman and a woman or a man and a man can't make a baby together.
Why don't you think a woman and a woman or a man and a man can make a baby together?
Because the man has to help the woman make the baby. And
Fine. Does somebody else have anything to say about this? Jessica? Lucy, is your hand up to say something? Oh, as soon as Jessica.
Kind of like that. A man and a man can't have a baby because a man can't have a baby. And a woman and a woman can't have a baby because the man has to help the woman have a baby.
Mm-hmm. Lucy. Lucy, listen, this is the second time. Before you put your hand up, at least have part of your idea. Jacob, can you turn around and face this way? Sarah, can a woman and a woman be a family without having a baby? Mm-hmm. Dylan?
When a man and a man live together, then I think I know what it's called.
What?
When they just live by themselves, it's called a room. They're roommates.
So, anytime a man and a man are living together, it's called roommates?
Well, not any time, like sometimes.
When is it not roommates?
I don't know.
You don't know. Andrew said that a man and a man together is gay, and you're saying a man and a man together when they live together, that's roommates. Are roommates and gay the same thing, or is that different? Anybody have an idea about that? Rachel?
Well, I don't really know, but I'm just taking a guess. I think it sort of means the same.
So you think that roommates and gay sort of means the same thing? Mm-hmm. Stephen?
I don't think it doesn't sort of mean the same thing because gay is a little older, roommates are a little younger.
Mm-hmm. Jessica?
Gay and roommate, I think it's different.
How are they different?
Sort of. Well, gay is something where he's kind of like, not really married, but they're kind of like married. But roommates are when they just live together and they just live together and they just
Well, what would be the difference between being kind of like married and being roommates? How would they be different? Hard to explain, or it makes you uncomfortable? Noah, Claudia's here. You should go. So, some people are saying that a family can be... Can you sit? Colin, can you turn around and sit down? Some people are saying that a family could be... Benjamin is saying a grandmother and a grandfather sometimes. And an aunt and an...
Sometimes I'm saying all the time.
All the time.
Sometimes they
Sometimes they
don't.
don't.
Sometimes they got killed.
Would you agree with people who are saying that a man and a man can be a family and a woman can be a family, or not?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. Don't say yes or no. If you have, I'd like to hear your ideas about it. Gabriel?
My hand was...
Then keep your hands in your lap. Benjamin?
Yeah.
Why?
I Just guessing.
Mm-hmm. Jessica?
Benjamin said, and it could be
Jessica, look this way.
Benjamin said, and it could be an uncle or an aunt, or a grandma and grandpa, but it could just be a grandpa, it could just be a grandma, it could just be an uncle, it could just be an aunt.
Mm-hmm.
I know. That's sort of what I meant when I said, they could have died or died. When I said,
Does anybody have anything else they want to say about this? Okay, let's stop.